You start.
Hi, welcome to Back to School Night. I'm Sarah Christensen. I am the special ed teacher in the English class.
And I'm Jordan Virgil. I'm the English teacher in your child's English class. And this is such a strange way to be not meeting you all. But hopefully we can give you a little bit of the inside scoop of what our class looks like, what your child's experience has been with school so far, hopefully give you some support and know that we're here for you and provide some important information you might need to know. Cool. So I'm Jordan Virgil again, and this is actually my first year at the Valley. I went to the College of New Jersey for my undergrad and my master's, and then I was teaching there in their writing program as an adjunct professor. Ms. Christensen, you want to share your experience?
This is my fourth year at Northern Valley Old Tappan. Previously, I was at the community school in Teaneck, but I am an Old Tappan resident. I was born and raised in Old Tappan. And my children are in the school system as well.
Yeah, I think that's something that you really offer, Ms. Christensen, with your experience, is that you are a parent in the district, which I love. I think that's such a great thing that you offer. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys so you'll kind of see what this is like for your kids, of sharing, Ms. Virgil always sharing her screen, just to kind of give you some information about our course and what English looks like. So welcome to Back to School Night. Ms. Christensen and I have included our contact information for you up here. These are both of our emails. Please feel free to email us at any time if you have any questions. We're really good about checking our email. As always, try to give us 24 hours to respond, but this contact information is here for you, as well as on the template where you got this.
So it's our last names with our first initial. Yes. Especially with mine, because I have kids in the school system. If you just put Christensen, it might go to my kids. So make sure you put that S in. Yeah.
So just a little bit about English. The way that the curriculum is structured is that we're really broken into writing and reading, that literature component. We have your children this year will be reading short stories, plays, nonfiction texts, perhaps novels and poetry, and then there is choice reading. Independent reading is a huge part of what we do in this class, and I'll go into that in a little bit. And then we are doing a lot of writing in this class. We're going to be doing some argumentative writing, narrative, poetry, a research paper, and then also just creative writing along the way is something that I really try to incorporate into the class as well. So something I just wanted to highlight here is the model that my English class follows. It's kind of an approach that I really believe in, which is the Columbia Teachers College Reading Writing Workshop model. And basically this model is a student-centered approach where teachers are kind of acting as those reading and writing coaches to the students. So it's really where students are, they're seeing writing as a craft that they can study, and they're studying that craft through specific craft moves or skills. And really they're doing this every day. They're reading and writing independently, and then we're practicing those skills with what they're reading. And within this model, it's one of my favorite parts about the model, is that students are given so much choice when it comes to what they're writing about and what they're reading. And that's something that I think really promotes engagement and their overall success in the class. And so every day, kind of what this looks like, it's a lot of me as the English teacher modeling skills for them. We're practicing it as a group, and then they're trying them out individually. And we're really practicing these skills with mentor texts, which are basically shorter texts, sometimes a poem, sometimes a short essay, or a short story, and that mentor text really serves as our mentor or our model for what strong reading and writing looks like, what real writers are doing. And so, you know, some English classes, really it's a lot of whole class text, and we still are going to have whole class texts in this class, but something that I really believe in is the importance of having students build a very rich independent reading life that extends beyond the classroom, so that when they're leaving my class, they have this full independent reading life. And so there's going to be a lot of independent reading inside and out of class, and also book clubs where they're reading in small groups with each other. And those book clubs are assigned based on choice, that they're able to choose which book club they want to be in. And then along with that, we're also keeping a writer's notebook where they're doing a lot of their writing in that notebook. And it's kind of a portfolio that over the year they get to see, wow, I really wrote a lot. I really grew as a writer. I really tried so many different things. And it's something that maybe they're going to get to show you at some point, and you're going to be able to see what they've been working on. So how the English course and the curriculum is structured is that 60% of their grade are common assessments, which are basically 2 major assessments that happen every marking period. So that is a lot of their grade. And then 40% is the other assessments, the independent reading, the writer's notebook, the daily classwork. And I know that this 60% can seem a little alarming. This is something new that the English department is working on. And I just want you to know that I know that's a lot of points, and I know that that's, for 2 assignments, right, maybe 30 or 40, that's a lot of pressure on students, and that's something that but all these common assessments will be worked on in class. Students are going to get feedback on these assignments over and over. And a policy I really want to highlight is that students are always allowed to resubmit an assignment for a new grade. They're just required to have a conference with me, but they are allowed to reach out to me if they didn't do as well on something as they wanted to and they want to resubmit it for a new grade. They absolutely can, right? Learning is ongoing. That's something I really believe in. So just know that support is there for them. There will be some homework this year, not a ton, but homework will often be given to extend or practice a skill that was taught during the school day, or to complete an assignment we didn't get to in class, or sometimes it's just for independent reading, just building upon that time that they're having outside of class. And homework can be found on our Power School Learning page. It's often called Haiku. And that's just something you'll have to ask your child about to give you their login information for that. But it's very user-friendly, and if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And then just something I wanted to highlight is if you could really support your child reading at home, that would just be such a great help to us. We're doing a lot of that work in the class as well, but really talking to your kids about what they're reading, making those trips to the library if you can with them, and maybe sharing what you're reading with your students, with your children, really makes a huge difference with them seeing the value of reading and seeing it as something that real people do in their lives every day. And then I kind of have I have a link here for you to peruse on your own time of why some people become lifelong readers. And then also here's just some of the data on showing why it's so important to read and why it's so important to lead that rich, independent reading life. So I'll just let you read that on your own time. But if you're wondering how reading will help your child, this is the slide to go to. So we're kind of wrapping up here. We just want to make this quick. We know you have other classes to go to. We really appreciate your time. Just know that the link to this presentation I'm still sharing with you is right here on the template where you received our video. So you can return to this at any time. And then the last thing we would love for you to do is to complete this survey for us. The link is right here. It's also here under the notes on the template page. It's just a way for us to touch base with you and maybe get to hear from you a little bit, since we don't get to meet you in person, unfortunately. So I think that's all I have. Is there anything else you want to say, Ms. Christensen?
Just every day we will have, any day that we have a X or Y day, we will also have office hours available that afternoon. All teachers will have office hours from 1:45 till 3 o'clock. Please encourage your student to use those hours. It's a great time if they're missing work, if they're confused about an assignment, if they have something that they've written that they'd like us to look over. Some kids might just need some help organizing in this class or other classes. I'm always happy to do that. And sometimes, especially in this virtual environment, they might just need sort of a check-in time. So we're always available. They can just pop onto our office hours, or they can schedule the time ahead of time, whichever works best for your family. Also, please know that we are always open to communication from parents. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and we are part of that village. So please reach out to us for things regarding academics, or if something else is happening in your child's life that you feel we need to know about. If they're having social issues, please let us know, because we are all here to help, and it's a difficult time in the world right now, but especially being a high school student and for freshmen coming into a new environment, I'm sure it's very overwhelming for them. So let us help with that in any way we can.
I just want to say we've been so impressed with your children. I mean, I've just been floored by their by their patience and their understanding with, you know, the new technology and their kindness towards us. I really feel that that's just been really special. And I just really enjoy the time that we have with them because we don't see them as much as we used to. So, you know, please pass along that message to them that we really appreciate their resilience and their positivity during this kind of time. And, you know, we're trying to give that back to them as well. But thank you for your time and thank you for your support. You know, we're going to get through this year together. So
Have a good night.
bye, everybody.